Hello and welcome back to another episode of LillyJayGames, Your Car Here. This time around we're looking at two cars from Marcus. The two cars are the 1975 Fora here in the black. Oh my goodness. The car, it looks like a nice little compact sports car, almost resembling, say, an Alfa Romeo. And the 1965 Sunapee, which looks to be a nice, a classic four-door saloon car. Mark has said that these two vehicles are made by his company, which is inspired by European and Japanese influences. Now, the Fora has a inline 4 with 116 horsepower. Oh, hello car. And 111 pounds of torque. And supposedly it can hit 108 miles an hour. We'll see in a second. The Sunapee has an inline 6 which puts out 116 horsepower and 149 pounds of torque and can get up to 105 miles an hour. Now, the Sunapee is 2,400 pounds as opposed to the Fora, which only weighs 1,893 pounds. The designs of them are very nice. With that, let's get these cars tested in a straight line and see just how fast they can really get going. Well, with the top speed tests, the Fora does almost reach 108, but it seems to have a little bit of struggle getting past 105, 106. And the Sunapee manages to get to 101, but really doesn't want to get going any further. Both are very good cars, and I feel like the Fora could probably make for a cool rally car edition if it was, built up in sports like that. the Sunapee is definitely a good family car. Well, now that we've seen their straight line performance, let's get them around a track and see how they really do. So here we are on a familiar circuit, the street circuit, where I've had a few different vehicles run. I figure these cars certainly aren't into the super competitive vehicle set like the supercars and race cars. So this is a perfect track to give them something to compare against without being too crazy. So first we have the Fora. Now, being that it's from 1965, that does mean that it doesn't have some of the capabilities of some of the other vehicles. But no worries. First gear is very short in this car. It's not a bad thing. It does mean that it gets moving quite quickly. Shut up, Siri. Apparently my phone thinks that I was talking to it. This is a very, very good handling car for a stage like this. Oh, but no ABS, which is fine, but I forgot. Okay, I'm gonna give that a fresh run, and let's go. Oh my god, the sun is coming. Nice. Holy moly. And that car sets the new fastest time ahead of things like the Paradox and the Zekma. So for a car from 1965, it's not super, off the pace. In fact, it's faster than all the other vehicles that have run. Now, Mark did say that these cars are sporty versions, but I feel like they're not super sporty. I feel like they're still relevant. The front wheel drive of that car definitely helped it get around the course, though. Because you're able to be a little more aggressive, right out of the gate. Or, this is a 1975. Yeah. Fantastic to drive. It definitely has the big front wheel drive problem, though, of being understeery. I could see an all-wheel drive version of that being a fantastic rally car. Okay, so now we're here on the same track with the Sunapee. This is the 1965 car, the other one being 75. And again, since it is kind of more of a family-oriented vehicle, something you'd see just everybody driving down the street in, let's see how it handles a street course. Woo! Okay, rear-wheel drive is definitely a lot more exciting. And dangerous. Though it is actually not too bad. It does keep itself well under control. As long as you're not a total lunatic. Sadly, I am a total lunatic, so does mean I like to slide a bit. Ooh. Oh my gosh. This car has all the signs of, like, you know, they always say like an old school Jag, where it just, they don't drive straight, they don't turn, they just slide everywhere. That's this car. Incredibly exciting. Not great for a track, however. And anybody who's watched any of my videos knows I love to wheel spin. I don't know why. It's funny. Ooh, that's not good. So the car was already pulling to the side, and there's an angry dog. I really don't know why I even bother to shift into second most of the time in this car. Or why I bother shifting down. I'm not sure if I should just keep it in first or second. Oof. I think first is almost better because it's got more power to drift itself. There we go. Okay, so a little bit down the list, it is slower than, say, the Paradox or the Fora, but it is from 1965, and it was quite a fun car. The problem is that it wanted to slide all over the place, Second gear really couldn't give it enough power to maintain its slides around the corner or get going once it was in the straight, because some of those corners are pretty slow. First gear was just too short to get it running on that some of the longer stretches. But first gear at least had the power to let it slide, and it was a fun car to drift around. A very, very fun car. Enjoyable. Faster than things like the Zekma or the Shimizu. Definitely a lot of fun, though. Fantastic job. Love seeing all the creations. As usual, if you want to see your car thrown around a course and most likely crash, send them to the email that should be popping up down below. Thank you, Marcus, for the vehicles this time around, and I'll see you guys next time.